Hi there, it's Craig Cooper here from Cooper Studio Photographers. Today I want to have a bit of a talk about preparing for a photo shoot with a family where you've got older kids. Now by older kids, we're talking about where the oldest child is sort of a teenager or a young adult. And I'll tell you what, this is actually one of my absolute favourite type of photo shoots to do, and I think it's something that often gets overlooked, this idea of being able to have a photo shoot with your family, essentially before they all grow up and fly the nest, before they flitter off to study and work in different places, and it becomes really hard to get them together again. So first of all, congratulations if you've organised one of these shoots. It's a great thing to do. Now, in terms of organisation, one of the most important things is we really need your whole nuclear family there. So where that's appropriate, mum and dad, and also all your kids. Now, as kids get older, this actually sometimes becomes a little bit harder to organise, but it's really important this time around, because what I tend to find in practice is this is the last shot for a lot of people at their beautiful family photos, for their wall, for their home, to have those professional memories of what they've done. So take that effort to make sure everyone's there. Now, that said, sometimes what that means in practice is you actually have to drag a couple of people along. They're not necessarily going to be that happy to get there. We think most people will be, but there's usually, dad, mum, or one of the kids who is sort of morose about the whole thing. What I want to say about that is that there's usually a big difference between how people worry about or not really feel like having a photo shoot beforehand, and actually how it goes when they get here at the studio. Almost always we manage to get through to people, and it's often the people who were, saddest about coming in that were actually happiest with the whole experience and most excited about it. So just get them there. Chances are it'll be fine. Now, I guess our approach there and what makes it work really well for especially older teenagers is that as a philosophy, we do treat people quite as grown-ups, and we're not going to humiliate them, and we're not going to make them do things that are really silly. And usually once they realise that, they're quite happy just to go along with things. We'll shoot a range of combinations, so we'll obviously get the whole family together, but we also want to get, if both parents are there, we want to get mum and dad with each of the kids, and then we want to get all the kids together, and we want to get various other, combinations that we can think of, like, all the boys, all the girls, as many of those things that are appropriate to you and your family. In terms of what to wear, I'm going to borrow a line here from a photographer friend of mine who works interstate by the name of Alan Moyle. And the way he puts it very simply is, don't dress your family like the Wiggles, and don't dress your family like a cult. So in other words, don't have everyone in entirely different outfits, and don't have people dressed all completely identically. It's nice, especially with your older kids, your teenagers and your young adult kids, to let them express themselves a little bit. And that means letting them dress in a way that they actually feel happy and appropriate. Also, it's a good idea to have a bit of a think about anything that they really love or are really into that we could actually work into the photo shoot too. Classically, we always talk about musical instruments, if that's appropriate, sport, if that's appropriate, but any other sort of really visual hobbies they have, get them to bring stuff along. I hope that helps you. I hope that helps you prepare for your family shoot with older children. As I mentioned, we actually get excited about these shoots. We think they're undervalued, and we think it's one of the really important things that you can do for your family. It's Craig Cooper here from Cooper Studio. I'm really looking forward to meeting you soon, and bye for now.